Hello my fellow nerds and nerdettes and welcome to another episode of Kristen's Nerd World. Today I thought I'd explore the paranormal side of this. As when I was a kid, I used to live in a haunted house. It was more of a malevolent spirit that was in there. My parents were saying before that when my mum was at home alone and my dad was on the night shift, that she would hear like very deep breathing behind her, but there was nobody there. My dad would say that the back room was always cold. No matter if you put the heating on full blast, it was always cold in there. And one time he went in, he said that in the middle of the room there was like smoke just coming out of nowhere. That was a bit freaky. And from my side, I remember when I was a kid, I must have been about 5 at the time, and I was at the top of the stairs shouting for my mum, and my dad and my brothers were downstairs, and I heard a noise next to me, and I didn't really move. I just froze, and I just felt this hand on my back, and I didn't tumble down the stairs. I practically flew down the stairs, and I hit the bottom step. My dad and my brother came rushing out, like, what's wrong? And I was crying my eyes out and saying that my mum would push me down the stairs, but then my mum came through the kitchen, so there was nobody upstairs, but I felt that hand on my back. Me and my brother would be in the bedroom, door shut. I was on a night time, probably bedtime, and he shouted, turn the light off. And I shouted back, you turn it off. And it was back and forth. And in the end, the light went off. And there was just no explanation why the door was shut. It wasn't like my parents were playing a prank or anything. And every time I shouted light on, the light would come on. Every time my brother shouted for the light to go off, it went off on command. And honestly, when you're about like 3, 4, 5 year old, you just think it's a magic house. You don't really think about ghosts or anything like that. And I remember my dad saying when he came back home, he could see our light flicking on and off. And when he came upstairs to the bedroom to tell us off, he said that we were both fast asleep, and he could see in our faces when you're in that deep sleep because your muscles all relaxed, and he knew that we couldn't have been doing it. And then my parents spoke to my next door neighbour at the time, and they said, the person that used to live here, and she said, yeah, I remember him. And my parents said, did he have bad breathing? Did he smoke? Did he die in the back room? And did he not like kids? And she was like, yeah, you're spot on. And they explained the situation, what was going on in the house at the time. And after that, she never stepped foot in the house because she knew who it was in there. And like I said, my parents had obviously never met this guy and explained everything to her. We were an incident when I was on the stairs, and I'd just come back from the fair, and so I had a helium balloon, and obviously you know what happens with a helium balloon. If you let go, it just drifts up. Let go, it drifts up. So I was on the stairs, I was pulling it down, letting it go, pulling it down, letting it go, pulling it down, letting it go. And one time I pulled it down, I said stay, and the balloon actually stayed where it was. It defied the laws of gravity concerning helium. And I pulled it again, let go, and it went back up again. So I couldn't explain it really. I just remember that even during the daytime, if I wanted to go to the toilet, there was just this uneasy feeling upstairs. And I had to trick my brother up just to sit on the stairs while I went to the toilet because I just didn't want to go up on my own. It was just a horrible feeling. Anyway, we moved house in the end, and we only moved into the house in the next road. And I remember my brother coming home and saying that he made friends with the little boy that had moved in. He was in his year, and they got talking. One day my brother came home and said that his friend who lived in our old house, he said that his sister was at the top of the stairs and she got pushed down the stairs when there was nobody upstairs. So basically, I knew that it wasn't just me. Because as you get older, you start to doubt yourself. You think, am I being skeptical? Was there another reason? But when it happens to somebody else under the same circumstances, you do think, nah, it's got to have been something in there. But I've never really heard anything else. I sometimes go past that house, and I can't help but when I look at it, I think about what happened when I was a little kid. Because I moved in there when I was about 2. I moved up from Leeds because my dad's family was in Leeds. My mum's family's from up here in Teesside. And I think we moved out when I was about 6 or 7. So I don't know. It was an interesting time to say the least. But after finding out and going through all that stuff, if you were skeptical before, you'd definitely be a believer after being in that sort of situation. So, but if anyone's got any ghost stories, or do you want to like the page, the video, I'll just drop a comment. They're much appreciated. Sorry I've been away for so long. I've got things happening, got a lot of work on, some personal stuff. But I will be doing my Kylo Ren weathered helmet review, and I've also got a Jason Voorhees cosplay I'm putting together, so we're doing another review with that. So take care out there and give my love to Nerd World, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now.